Chicago Public Schools is in session tomorrow. A lockout and strike have been averted, but for how long? Amanda Venicky joins us now with more. Amanda.
Brandis, yes, within the past hour or so, we got word from both CPS and the Chicago Teachers Union that remote learning will continue, at least for tomorrow and Wednesday. Today was to have been the first day back in the classroom for kindergarten through 8th graders who wanted to return to physical school. Instead, it was another day of virtual learning as negotiations progress. This is the sort of last-minute maneuvering that is frustrating for whiplash parents like Ryan Griffin.
It's a fiasco for parents with 24 hours notice. I can't underestimate how disruptive that is to families' lives, especially when you're balancing caring for other family members.
I did speak with Griffin earlier this afternoon before the latest news, which is this. CPS today says that talks led to an important milestone, and as such, it will not go forward with locking out teachers of their virtual classrooms for refusing to show up in person tomorrow or Wednesday. And if they're not locked out of the classroom, then the union says teachers are not going to strike, meaning that they will again show up tomorrow to teach virtually as most at least have been since last March. Both sides are signaling optimism that this may be the end of the back and forth. We have secured agreement on one other open issue and made substantial progress on a framework that we hope will address the remaining issues. We are calling for a 48-hour cooling off period that will hopefully lead to a final resolution on all open issues as a result of the progress we have made. And as a gesture of good faith, for now, teachers will retain access to their Google Suite. That's a statement from both Mayor Lori Lightfoot and CPS Chief Janice Jackson. The Chicago Teachers Union, meanwhile, calling it heartening that the Lightfoot administration will continue bargaining, saying that its members don't want to strike. And Brandis, I know in just a bit you're going to be speaking with CTU leadership. It is not, by the way, just Chicago that has their eyes on this. Reporters pressed the White House press secretary about Chicago's potential strike this afternoon. She said that President Joe Biden respects Mayor Lightfoot and also teachers, noting that First Lady Jill Biden is one.
He trusts the mayor and the unions to work this out. They're both prioritizing the right things, which is ensuring the health and safety of the kids and teachers and working to make sure that children in Chicago are getting the education they deserve. So he is hopeful, we are hopeful, they can reach common ground as soon as possible.
Mayor Lightfoot, meanwhile, on national cable news this morning, saying she was pushing to seal the last few remaining but tough issues.
We're pushing as hard as we can to seal these last few remaining but tough issues. It's not about we don't want teachers to be safe. It's absolutely not about we don't respect the rights of organized labor. Chicago's a labor town. But this is about balancing a lot of different issues, but mostly also about putting our kids first.
She says if both sides do that, they will reach a deal in no time. But parents that I talk to say throughout all of this, they're feeling ignored. Mom of 3, Courtney Ritzema, says she has gone out of her way to learn what schools are doing to make classrooms safe while COVID remains a threat.
I was participating in all of the CPS Ask the Experts series that they had. I was attending the school town halls, and every time I went, it was like left me frustrated because I wasn't getting answers. And like most parents at these events, we weren't getting answers to most of our concerns, to like our most basic questions.
That's why she and a group of grassroots parents planned a sick out. Her kids were purposely absent from their virtual classrooms today. Instead, her daughter wrote letters to the principal and learned about boycotting and civil action.
With the sick out, we are trying to kind of do an action that hits the school where it counts. And if you know anything about CPS, you know that attendance is something they track like crazy. And so this is an easy way for us to get a clear representation of parents want a voice in this, and here's how many.
CPS, however, could not share attendance numbers this quickly, so it is hard to say how big a success the sick out was. Now, 3 weeks ago, another group of parents formed another grassroots group. This is the Chicago Parents Collective. Father of 3, Ryan Griffin, says he understands why CPS wasn't ready to go back to school in August, but he says now there's been 6 months to plan for it.
But now that we've prepared, why not now for at least those that are finding remote learning is not working? And that's a big population of students, more than double the next size of the next largest school district in Illinois. How do we ignore those parents' choice for that option?
Griffin says he wants teachers and the district to at least take some baby steps
to get us on a path so that these students can eventually be in school 5 days a week safely. Is that post-vaccinations? That would be great. We need optimism, and we need our leaders to agree on something instead of tuning into press conferences and Twitter the day before we're supposed to go back to school.
He says leaders from both sides should be setting an example for children. He says parents, students, everyone went through strife back in the 2019 strike, and he says they shouldn't have to go through it again during a pandemic. Now, Chicago is in the clear at least for 2 days, but there is still no complete deal. And in a statement issued to parents, CPS says that while today was a big agreement on several outstanding issues that had been outstanding since the summer, they must continue to make what they called meaningful progress because time is running out. Now, Brandis, back to you.
Amanda, thank you.